Seafood is so versatile in terms of its culinary applications. You can simply steam a crab, pick it apart, and eat it. But there are also more sophisticated ways to cook with it, and that's why we've got Joe from the shrimp boat with us today. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a little cold outside, so you know.
Nothing better than soup on a cold day.
How about a little taste of the summer with some seafood?
I like it. I like it. So what are we making?
So we're actually going to make our cream of crab soup, and I wanted to really show the technique of how you make a roux when you want to make a cream-based soup. And part of that is there's just really no shortcuts to it.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you the process. I got 2 cups of butter.
Want all those in?
Yep, all of them in. And
I see you got that thing hot.
I do. So I turned it down just a little bit.
So drop it in and jump back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. There you go. Well, no one got hurt, right?
Not yet. We're just getting started.
Just getting started.
So what we're really trying to melt the butter, and our ultimate goal with this base is to be able to saute our sliced onions and celery. This is the base of our soup. The first part of this, when we're doing the saute of the vegetables, it's going to be hot, and then we're going to turn it down so that we don't burn it. So.
Yeah, I tend to burn it all the time. It's brown.
So these are really finely diced onions, and this is a 1/4 cup.
Is it celery?
And celery too. And you want them to be fine. And we're going to saute this until these are translucent.
Oh, okay.
The celery and the onion are going to add a lot of flavor to the base, but it's not celery and onion soup. So we want to make sure that they're cooked all the way down.
Right. So tell us, what are you doing in the off season?
I honestly, I take the month of January off, although we went over the Parsonsburg Fire Department, did their oyster roast, which was a big success. And take a lot of time off in January, and then we start 1st of February with working on menus. We go to a few food shows, but we also, because we also have a wholesale business, we're a part of some of that as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
Meeting up with some of our regular customers as well.
So anything you can give us a little hint to is what's going to be on the new menu?
Well, we're working on some shareable items. So one of the pieces of feedback we had from a lot of our customers is, you know, if you're from out of town, this is your chance to eat as much seafood as possible. So they might want to sit down and eat a whole plate full of clams, but they want to be able to share maybe Clams Casino with the family. Our crab cake combinations the last couple years have been a big hit because that allows you to pair that up with crab cakes and salmon or broiled scallops. We're looking at a few other options. We're actually meeting with some of the commercial fishermen now just to kind of find out what are their goals.
Sure.
Because if they're going to go after it, that means it's going to be around for the summer. And if it's around for the summer, we can put it on our menu.
That's wonderful, because we love your fresh
Yes,
seafood.
we do.
How are we looking there?
So our vegetables are completely cooked. So now we're going to take on one of the most important steps, which is actually making our roux, which is adding the flour. So I'm going to stir. You're going to slowly add this.
Slowly,
And the way I want you to picture this is we're actually cooking this flour. We want it immersed in the butter. So if you make a clump of it, then we have a clump of flour, which is no good.
Okay.
So I'm going to stir and you sprinkle. What you're looking for is it's going to be like if you're making gravy for Thanksgiving. It's going to have that consistency.
Okay.
Because this is in essence what we're doing at this point. Okay, that's enough actually right there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Almost all of it.
So if it was gravy for Thanksgiving, we would be great shape.
Okay.
So you actually want to take the heavy cream.
And then do I have to do that slowly?
Yes.
Okay.
And I turn the heat down, so we're more at a simmer now. We're not trying to cook anything.
All right. We're coming to the end of
You are, and we're going to use all of that.
Okay.
You got it.
There we go. There's a lot of pressure here. I don't want to dump anything in.
Well, the hard part is over. We're going to let this cook, and you're going to notice it's going to start to actually puff, and it's going to seem more like a dough.
So what do we do next?
So next we're going to add the milk.
Okay.
And we're going to use about a quart. And again, this is one of the areas I'll have to tell you when to stop if you just want to add it. You don't have to be as slow as we were with the cream. Right. So you can go ahead and start pouring, and I'll tell you. Just, yeah, you got the right speed. You're going to see it's going to lighten up and then also loosen up. All the work we did to make sure that flour was really incorporated into the butter, and then our onions and celery were cooked down, is gonna make this part so much easier. A little bit more. All right, we're there. We're good.
Milk pourer on my resume now.
And now we need the crab meat.
Ah,
Yeah.
the star
And
of
you
the
can,
show.
And you can dump
just
that
dump
in there.
it?
Yeah. Now I did. I did go through it just to make sure there wasn't any shells. I will say a little trick: if you go to a seafood restaurant and you've never gotten a shell in one of the, like a crab cake or a soup, never ever, then it may not be. It may not be.
I'm glad to hear you say that because I've thought about that every now and then. Pick up just a little piece, no big deal. It's like, but this is authentic. Then I know it's close.
Yes.
And it's fresh.
It wasn't picked under a black light.
Yeah.
So you're adding,
So it's dried parsley, of course black pepper, of course shrimp boat seasoning,
The top secret.
top secret
Top
stuff.
secret.
And
Right.
then a really important part of our recipe is dry sherry.
ooh,
And people will often say about our cream of crab soup is it's definitely crab forward. The crab meat is what you taste, but there's a little bit of a kick there from the sherry.
so this cooks up for a while?
Yeah, we're gonna need to let this simmer. If you're doing this at home, you're gonna need to let it simmer for an hour.
Okay.
I have some already started that we'll try.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, when we come back, we're gonna try this cream of crab soup, and I cannot wait. Stick around, DelmarvaLife will be right back.
Stirring and simmering and maybe some more stirring. Soup's on in the Delmarva Life kitchen. Joe White from the Shrimp Boat has been teaching us his technique on making cream of crab soup. So how is it? How is it looking?
It's great. It's perfect. It's ready to ladle out, and we're gonna top it with a few things.
Do I get to do it?
You did? Yeah.
I have the ladle in my hand, which only means one thing. I'm gonna ladle it
Oh
in.
my goodness, that looks
Ooh.
good.
That does. There's one.
Then we garnish it with just a little bit of shrimp spice, a little top of sherry,
Really? Okay.
and of course just a little bit of crab meat. Right on top.
Here's another one.
Take a look at this. How about that? Huh? Wow. That's some good stuff right there.
This is just a great way to enjoy our summer favorites without having full access like we do all summer.
Right, right.
But on a cold afternoon, it's a great way to try it.
Oh, and guess what? It's a cold afternoon.
Yes, it is. I feel a little guilty though that we have some and you don't.
I have been testing this.
Oh, you had plenty?
It's one of the unfortunate things I have to do with all of our food, right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that sherry makes it.
It really does. I mean, we've had cream of crab soup and it's good. But this is just a little different, a little bit better.
But it doesn't mask the crab meat, which is our thing. And we're only using domestic hand-picked crab meat.
Local crabs.
Local crabs, just like we do for our crab cakes, our crab dip. We're not cutting any corners. And you see the soup, it takes a little bit longer than other ways, but it's definitely worth it.
It's definitely worth it.
When are you opening up?
March 21st, we'll be open. It's a Thursday. And we'll be open Thursday through Sunday for the first 4 or 5 weeks. And as more boats and more different seafood options start coming in, we'll be opening more and more. And by the time we get through May, we'll be open full time.
Can you keep talking?
Yeah.
We got things to do here.
Aw.
Joe, Shrimp Boat.
Yeah, thank you.
Do
Thank
not
you
miss your
so much.
opportunity. Thank you.
I don't
Very
want to
welcome.
stop. I just want to sit here and eat all of this.
Delmarva Life, be right back.